Please like, subscribe, share my videos, and leave a comment. This video is very heavy for me to do because it consists of children and the elderly. And all of these people that have lost their lives are black or brown, melanated people. And I think it is time for the black community, for the brown community to step up our game, get it together, and learn how to protect ourselves. I'm going to start with the first video, which is about the teacher Irma Garcia, who was killed in the school shooting, and then her husband died of a heart attack after he placed flowers.
More heartbreak for the family of one of the teachers who was killed, Irma Garcia. Her husband, Joe Garcia, died of a heart attack.
Let's talk about what's the main thing that we should have at the top of our list of our everyday thinking. And that is, who is your Savior? Who is your Lord and Savior? For me, it is Jesus Christ. It is my God by way of Jesus Christ. You can choose whoever you want. Allah, Buddha, the sun, God, the moon, whatever your belief is, you better believe in something. Because when tragedy comes and strike your life and you are filled with grief, you better have some type of hedge of protection covering you. Because this man literally grieved his wife to death. This is what happened. And this is so sad that all these young children will deal with grief. God only knows how long that they will carry this of what they have seen with all of their classmates dying and hearing those gunshots. So it is time to find your higher power. If you don't have one, you need to have a Savior. Because one thing about it, you cannot save yourself. You better have a belief system in something. And ask God to protect you, protect your mind, protect your body, and to shield you from evil. This is what's important right now in this evil-ass world today. Welcome to Straddled Events. On this channel, we bring you the truth. Sometimes the truth is quite ugly, unbearable, and you just don't want to deal with it. But on this channel, you're going to get it anyway. You are straddling between the fence of good versus evil, right versus wrong. And on this channel, we're going to tell you to do better. Let's go.
Yet another tragedy hit one of the victims' families today. Irma Garcia, one of the two teachers killed in the shooting. Her nephew tells NBC News Garcia's husband died this morning. He says Joe Garcia died from his grief that the family says led to an apparent heart attack. Their nephew says Joe Garcia came home from delivering flowers to a memorial for his wife. He was home for no more than 3 minutes, they tell us, when he collapsed. Joe and Irma were high school sweethearts, married 24 years. They're survived by their 4 children, now dealing with the death of both of their parents in a matter of days. Irma Garcia, one of 21 people killed in the shooting on Tuesday. 2 teachers, 19 elementary students. These are their faces. Young kids, 9, 10, 11 years old, who were supposed to be going to their last day of class today before summer vacation. The people of Uvalde grieving and remembering each one of them. CNBC's Valerie Castro live again tonight in Uvalde with their stories. Val.
Shep, some of the parents have begun to share memories of their children, but at the same time, they've started the painstaking process of planning their funerals. Of course, some parents still don't have any words, just their grief.
Sweetest girl you've ever had the chance to meet. And I had the honor of calling her my daughter.
Stephen Garcia and Jennifer Lugo are just some of the parents living through unthinkable devastation. Their daughter Ellie among the 19 children whose lives ended Tuesday afternoon. Speaking to NBC Savannah Guthrie, he says just getting that news came after an agonizing wait.
It's the longest day ever. It was the longest day ever.
Ellie, who loved to play basketball in the colors pink and purple, was about to turn 10 years old.
Hey guys.
Her family was planning a pool party to celebrate.
Told her we're gonna have a party. Her face just lit up, and that was the last time I saw her.
Another dad, Alfred Garza III, also mourning the loss of a little girl.
She was the perfect daughter, yeah. She was a perfect daughter.
10-year-old Amory Jo, his only daughter and only child. Garza raced to the school Tuesday, comforting the children coming out while searching for his own.
They were just overwhelmed and just crying, and so as many as I could, hey, do you know your mom, dad's phone number? Let's call them, let's let them know you're okay.
You were helping those kids,
yes,
having no idea how your little girl was.
Yeah. I was waiting for her.
That wait would last for 6 hours before getting the news he feared most. The last photo of his daughter taken earlier in the day when she received a certificate for making the honor roll.
I just want to honor her name. I just want her to be remembered as the type of person that she was.
The community also remembering the teachers who gave their lives trying to shield the students as bullets tore through their classroom.
I don't doubt one bit that she stood right there in front of the gunman and said, you're not taking my kids, you're not going to hurt my kids, because that's the type of person that she was.
Maricela Villalobos says Irma Garcia taught and cared for her son at a time when he was struggling.
And my son had a hard time going to school, so she would buy him Happy Meals and take him Happy Meals, and he would have lunch with her at school. She didn't do this for all the kids. She did it for my son.
The ripple of grief coming out in spoken words for some.
I won't see my daughter again.
But held in heartbreaking silence for others.
They were just kids, most of them just 10 years old in the 4th grade.
Yeah, this morning we're learning more about those victims of what is the deadliest school shooting in state history. The 19 children who were killed include a 4th grader full of energy who, according to his father, was ready to play until nighttime, a 10-year-old who loved football and video games, and a little girl who wanted to go to law school just like her mother. The Uvalde community also mourning 2 teachers killed in that shooting, including one who was just named Teacher of the Year. So far, 20 of the 21 victims have been identified. You're looking at them right now. We've learned they were all in the same 4th grade classroom when they were murdered. Somehow, several of their classmates survived. Our Gochi Iloka joins us now with one little boy's story.
Gochi, this is a story that's very difficult to hear.
Kimberly and David really is. And this Bree, the 4th grader, says that they were just watching a movie right after PE class when his teacher yells, "Turn off the TV, we're going on lockdown." Next thing you know, gunshots rang. Now his parents actually didn't want him to go on camera, this 4th grader, but he insisted. He wanted to share the details of the nightmare that happened Tuesday. Take a listen.
Came in, he says it's time to die. And when I heard the shooting through the door, I told my friend to hide under something so he won't find us. And when he shot everybody, he shot both of my teachers, and my teacher fell onto the ground.
He says that his teachers, Miss Irma Garcia and Miss Eva Morales, saved their lives. The boy went on to say a girl tried to call police, but when the shooter heard her, he shot her. Cops barged into the classroom, according to him, and a shootout followed. He says police then called out, telling kids to yell, "Help if you need help." The boy says the shooter then killed her, and all of his and several other kids in the classroom hid.
There's a table and there's a black curtain on top, and then I told my friend to hide under there, and then one of my classmates got shot 5 times, but when the cops came into our classroom, he said, "Oh my God," when he saw all the dead bodies and blood.
Yeah, this boy and several others made it out alive, and it's a miracle. Some others actually survived all of this. Our hearts just aches in terms of what this child and the others have been through that day. Yeah. As a mom, you think you send your child to school hoping they'll make it back home, and sadly, this did not happen for so many people.
something we as parents, Ugochi, would never want to think about. But what a brave young boy speaking to the media just a day after that shooting.
High school senior Ivan Arellano said when he received this message from his friend last night, it broke his heart. He knew Layla Salazar, one of the children killed inside Robb Elementary. Her older brother is Ivan's good friend.
Whenever we were young, she would like mess with us whenever we would all hang out together. And yeah, I feel bad for Nick.
Ivan also says he knew the gunman well and described him as a bully.
Salvador Ramos was a boy who was not bullied. He would try to pick on people but fail, and it would aggravate him. I would like to get that out of the way. He was not bullied. He, prior, and I don't see this covered, and I'm gonna put this out there, he would hurt animals. He was not a good person.
Ivan is hurting, and he wants his friend to know he is deeply sorry for his loss.
All your friends love you, Nick, and we want you to be okay, and we're here for you.
The second video is about the shooting in Buffalo, New York. Somebody gonna have to explain to me why this boy, 18 years old, that killed 10 people, the majority of elderly people, all black, and he apologized for shooting the one white person that he shot. He says, "Oh, I'm sorry I shot you," which means that he was totally conscious of what he's doing. Please explain to me, why is he charged with 1 count of capital murder when you killed 10 damn people? What the hell is going on in the U.S. with this messed up ass judicial system and the people that they have in power? For this man right here, who didn't get killed by the police, unlike the Mexican guy that got killed by the police, you only charged with 1 count of murder? You shouldn't even have a damn trial. You should be put in the middle of the street and killed the same way that you hunted down all those black people that was in a grocery store trying to buy groceries for themselves or their family. You don't need a damn trial. You should not even have to. We shouldn't have to waste not 1 dime of taxpayer money on you because your ass is guilty even though you went in there and pled not guilty. And if he get off with this insanity shit, this is just too much. It is time that the world needs to wake up. Look around. Look at your surroundings. Observe, prepare, and protect. This is what this is about. It is an outright war when it comes to melanated people and just evil in the world. And if you don't have a higher power, you will be one that will suffer the consequences because you don't believe in a higher power. Here goes the videos. God bless all those families and those children that have to deal with all of this tragedy, and to the families of the black people that didn't get that much coverage. I don't understand why. I don't understand why he is even having a trial. I'm trying to figure out why you even pled not guilty when you clearly wrote 589 pages manifesto about what you were going to do, and you went and scoped out the place. This is just a waste of time and a waste of money. And all you senators up there with y'all sorry asses, y'all need to retire. You need to be stepped down. Your ass is too old, number one. You're stuck back in some slavery, Jim Crow bullshit days. That's why you can't make conscious decisions. Because you're so damn prejudiced and you think somebody owes you something. Don't nobody owe you shit. The world owes you nothing. Nothing. You have taken and taken. This is why the U.S. is going straight to hell. Y'all better try to find a place to go and get up out of the U.S. if you have color on your skin. Because you're nothing but a target and a sitting duck waiting for the next massacre to happen, waiting for martial law to come into effect so they can take your guns, then you won't have nothing to protect yourself with. It is time for everybody to wake up. You've been asleep long enough. The black neighborhoods have gone straight to hell. There is no such thing as neighborhood and family. The families are not even close, don't even get together. And this is the time when you need to get together because there is power in numbers. This is ridiculous. It is sad. And this shit needs to stop. And y'all better wake up and open your eyes and realize that we are in trouble. Not just with killing each other and people killing you, but there's a food shortage, the sea is dirty, the water is dirty, and we are in trouble. What in the hell are you going to do about it? Do you have a plan? Do you have a plan to prepare and protect yourself? Are you observing what's going on in the world? Are you just sitting back, cruising through every day like it's not my problem? It's your problem, whether you know it or not. And if it's not at your door, it's gonna creep up to your door. Just keep living. Here goes the damn videos.
And that suspect surrendered to police this afternoon, and within hours, he was in court to be charged with first-degree murder.
Now, if he's convicted, he faces life in prison without parole. 2 on your side's Ron Plants was in the courtroom.
18-year-old Peyton Gendron sat quietly as he waited for his arraignment before Buffalo City Court Chief Judge Craig Hanna. He was barefoot, wearing a paper cutaway gown with one side that fell off his shoulder as he then stood before the judge. When asked if he understood his rights, he answered simply yes and appeared coherent with his court-appointed attorney standing by his side as his case was then referred to a grand jury. Gendron, who is again 18 years old, from Conklin, New York, near Binghamton, currently stands accused of 1 count of first-degree murder. The judge granted a forensic exam, which is standard to determine competency with a psychological assessment. He is being held without bail. Prosecutors at the local and federal levels stress these points in his case so far.
This individual has been arraigned on murder in the first degree, which is the highest murder charge in New York State. Carries with it a sentence of life without parole. We have taken the appropriate steps right now to get him behind bars, and that's what we did. We are now investigating terrorism charges, other murder charges, along with working with our partners in the federal government so that they can perhaps file charges as well.
This morning, chilling new details on how the gunman behind the deadly mass shooting at a Buffalo, New York supermarket plotted his racist rampage.
The individual was here a few months ago, back in early March.
Authorities now confirming 18-year-old Peyton Gendron visited Tops Supermarket 2 months before he shot and killed 10 people in what the FBI calls a racially motivated attack. ABC News obtaining a 589-page document containing the suspect's alleged posts on the site Discord. Authorities say it appears to show how the gunman carefully planned out the massacre, visiting the supermarket on March 8th, where he was questioned by a security guard. The document also included sketches of the supermarket, outlining different aisles he could navigate quickly. The shooter allegedly describing the store as his first location, listing other possible locations to attack nearby. Police say the shooter visited the store again the day before his deadly assault to conduct reconnaissance, then came back Saturday and opened fire.
There's a lot of people dead in there.
This exclusive video capturing the shock and terror in the shooting's aftermath as the gunman was arrested.
Oh my God, he shot so many people in there.
Julie Harwell, seen here falling to the ground, inconsolable. Her partner and 8-year-old daughter were inside. Overnight, her partner telling ABC News he and their daughter London had separated from Julie because they wanted to buy ingredients for a surprise birthday cake.
I took my daughter so she can pick out what cake that we were going to bake for her mother's birthday, try to surprise her.
And then what did you hear?
Well, first you hear the gunshot. I see all the people running, so I just grabbed my daughter, ran in the back.
Lamont and London hiding in a cooler as they recounted to our affiliate WKBW.
I was scared for my mom. I didn't know where she was. I thought she was gone.
They were separated for 20 minutes, which felt like an eternity.
That was the longest way I've had in my life.
While they made it out alive, the gunman killing 10 people. Celestine Cheney, Roberta Drury, Andre McNeil, Catherine Massey, Marcus Morrison, Hayward Patterson, Aaron Salter Jr., Geraldine Talley, Ruth Whitfield, and Pearl Young. Hayward Patterson had just been at his church's soup kitchen before he left for the supermarket.
He loved the community just as much as he loved the church. And so you would see him anywhere he was encouraging people, to be the best that they can be.
Now, a demand for answers. Authorities revealing the shooter was investigated last spring after writing a paper shortly before graduation that referenced committing murder-suicide. The school calling state police, but no charges were filed.
The individual was brought in for a mental health evaluation. He was evaluated and then he was released.
Overnight, the suspect's friend, Matthew Casado, telling ABC News the gunman dropped off ammo boxes at his house the day before the shooting, allegedly unannounced. The friend's family calling authorities to have that picked up. And George, this is just one piece of evidence investigators are looking into.